Ladies and gentlemen, today I will be ranking every single zombies map based off of one thing. Aura. That's what we are doing today, so I hope you guys do enjoy. I have, I believe, 53 maps to discuss to you guys today. So without further ado, let's not waste your time. Let's just get right into it. Only original versions only. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Archon. I mean, it's literally just number 52, which is Terra Maledicta. These two maps are literally just the same, but a different color palette between each one. You want to talk about negative aura? Talk about literally just changing the saturation and contrast and color balance of map. Yep. Call of Duty Zombies in the year 2022 was fantastic. But coming in to our number 51 spot. Now, this one's not half bad. This is Cold War Outbreak. And the reason is just because these are all just Fireteam Dirty Bomb maps. So at the end of the day, they're not really zombie maps. And you're going to kind of see that theme with these first couple of spots. It's like, yeah, most of them are just like, you know, not originally were zombie maps. And that's just unfortunate because how are you going to have aura when you're not even a zombie map? So that's our number 51 spot. But coming in into our number 50 spot, we have Duran Fong. It's got a little bit more aura, I guess, than Cold War and the other two maps because at least it is somewhat zombified. But I mean, it's still multiplayer maps. And coming in at number 49, this is the Tortured Path, same sort of thing. These are all multiplayer maps. Let's just get on to now we're actually going to get on to some of the zombies maps. Coming in into our number 48 spot, we have Infection from Advanced Warfare. Now, 75% sewers. And in a game like Exo Zombies, it's hard to traverse with your exosuit. And the sewer system is just gross. And it's not like dark and, you know, scary and horrid and maybe cool. It's like, no, it's just gray and gross. And that's a big issue with that. And same thing with our number 47 spot, which is going to be Outbreak from Advanced Warfare. The first map, same sort of thing. Just a blue and gray color palette, you know, and it's kind of basic. Just another little, you know, facility map. And coming into our number 46 spot, we have Cold War's Forsaken. And yet, another facility map. I already played this in campaign, so when I played it in zombies and there wasn't really much of a change, unfortunately, there's not really much aura there when I've already played it. But coming into our number 45 spot, ladies and gentlemen, we have Die Rise from Black Ops 2. Now, this is our first really real, original Treyarch zombie map with, I think, the least aura. And the reason is because, yes, the idea is so sick. Such a cool idea. Literally a tower upside down. But it's gray, it's gross, and it looks terrible. Now, if this was the remastered Black Ops 3 version that Mr. T. Lexify is doing, this would be way higher. Looks way better. But the original Die Rise just looks like if I threw up with a bit of brown and orange, then splattered on a color palette. And then there's my monolithic color palette for Die Rise. But coming in to our number 44 spot, we have Cold War D Machine. Now, this map has no aura with the bunker and Nocturne Tone and the above bit. But the thing that is aura in this map is the Dark Ether spot. It is cool. So you kind of have that balance of, yes, really negative aura, and it's really just an old rehash of shit I've already seen. And they would be way lower on this list if it was just that. But that Dark Ether bit is cool, but unfortunately you barely spend any time in the Dark Ether, so it only bumps it up a little bit. I wish there was a way where you can stay in the Dark Ether forever, and you can just play the whole map like that. I really wish that was a thing. But coming in to our number 43 spot, we have Alpha Omega. Same thing about D Machine, man. It's just rehashed old features. It's just Blackout. It's just Blackout zombies. And yes, the bunker's cool, and I do like a lot of the like vocals and the radios and even like the test subject stuff, and I do like the soundtrack of this map. But unfortunately for this map, it just feels like something I've already played before. But coming in to our number 42 spot, this is going to be Attack of the Radioactive Thing. Now, I don't want to rank this one too low. I understand that this one, you know, a lot of people might disagree with it, but the reason I do have it so low is because if you aren't doing the Easter egg, this map has absolutely nothing to it. Literally nothing. Like, you have the Mad Ting, you're on a beach side, and it just feels kind of flavorless, and compared to a lot of the other maps in Infinite Warfare, it is very disappointing in terms of atmosphere. But coming in to our number 41 spot, we have Carrier from Advanced Warfare. Now, Advanced Warfare Carrier has some really cool things. It does feel like you're on an aircraft carrier. It does have the lawnmower thing in the sort of like big room with the exosuits. But the issue with this map is just like everything else, it's just gray, and the color feels not very good. The characters don't really add much to it, and the Easter egg is kind of bland when you think about it. All you really do is just get ship. and you go fishing in this map. So that's that. But coming in to our number 40 spot, we have Firebase Z, literally a cookie cutter map. Now, I do like the Vietnam aspect of it, and I think that's cool, but it's very orange, this map, and orange is my favorite color, but this is a gross, dirty orange style. And yes, it does have some really cool things, but some things about this map really just kill it, and it feels like it just kind of, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it, but it just doesn't feel right to me. And maybe this spot could be fluctuate a little bit higher, but in my opinion, I just don't really see that flavor with Firebase Z. But coming into our number 39 spot, we have Nuketown from Black Ops 2. Now, yes, this is pretty cool, and it's pretty eerie. I do really like Nuketown. But it is Nuketown at the end of the day. I've played it before. I've seen this before. And although the eerie aspect is cool, the vibe is nice, you know, it's nothing to really hang its hat on. It's not going to be nearly as high as more of these other complex, really fleshed out maps, because that vibe doesn't carry it enough to make it really worthwhile playing. But coming in to our number 38 spot, we have Infinite Warfare's The Beast from Beyond. The outside bit of this map where you actually like make the bridge go to Pack-a-Punch, that part is really cool, but the facility part inside is terrible. I like the skybox sky, like space aspect, the fact that you're on another planet, I think that's awesome, but the rest of the map just feels like another facility, and that we already know how I feel about that. And that's the same thing with Descent, who will be coming at number 37. Facility, facility, facility. And yes, this one is underwater, and when you go to that underwater room where you can see the fish stuff and you go in the Titan, you can go outside, that stuff is awesome. When you go above shore or above sea level, that stuff is awesome. But if you're not looking outside into the sea and you're just in the facility, it's, like I said, just another facility, and that's pretty fucking boring. But coming in to our number 36 spot, we have Call of Duty Vanguard's Shinonuma Reborn. I will give credit that this map is very good look, but it's on Vanguard, and the Vanguard has the least aura about any zombie game ever, so that definitely bumps it down. But coming in to our number 35 spot, we have Transit. Now, Transit has some really big aura things, and this might be maybe the most controversial pick throughout this list. And there's some other controversial picks, man. We're only talking about aura here. We're not talking about gameplay, not talking about story. Aura. Diner has no aura, but places like Town and Bus Depot do. Power Station has really a little bit with you go inside, but this map is so fluctuate of good and bad. It's literally everywhere, and I do not like that about it. The bus is cool, but it just seems a bit ragged.
Ugh, fine. I guess you are my little pog champ. Come here.
Fuck you! Get your ass off my bus!
To our number 34 spot, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be World at War Derice. This is fucking controversial, man. And yes, we know that I'm just going to talk about another fact that this is a facility. It's a facility! And yes, you can say, but there's zombies, experience, stuff like that, but it doesn't feel like that you are in one. It doesn't feel like it. I think Derice is a great map, an all-time classic. I love it, but it doesn't feel like you are in a facility that is got a lot going on. It just feels like yet another 115 facility that we've seen now constant many more times after it. And there's other times where we've gone to facilities and they've done it way better. But coming in to number 33 spot, now this map's absolute dog shit, but it is the darkest shore. It's got a couple cool things about it. The fog, I guess, gives it a little bit of eeriness, and the blood sort of sea as you come up with the dead whale on the side is cool, and it's got some nice fast travel features and stuff like that with the minecart system, the blood. It's got a lot of cool things to do with it, but at the same time, it's World War II, it's gray, it's gross, and although it does have that coolness, the fog and all these different features make me more annoyed than maybe really deep me into this really nice atmosphere, and that's why I'm not a huge fan of it. But coming in to our number 32 spot, Zetsubou no Shima, man. Division 9 facility. This does not feel like you are on an island. This, you really can't see the outbursts of this island. So it just, yes, you can see maybe some water from the distance, but this isn't like other spots in this list where you feel really isolated, right? Especially something like a Nocturne Tone. You feel isolated. You don't feel isolated on Zetsubou no Shima. And not just that, but the bunker is lame. The bunker is a half the map, and it's really the most important half of the map when you really think about it. And it's just kind of the same thing we've seen over and over again, even though I do think the test subject part and the part you go underwater is kind of nice. But coming in to our number 31 spot, you know, we're starting to get to that middle of the road, and we have Shinonuma. Now, World at War Shinonuma, where you're only doing the originals right now. And I think World at War Shinonuma has a lot going for it. I'm a really big fan of these sort of, this map, you do feel alone. You do feel like you're in a jungle. And I think it does better than Zetsubou no Shima at doing that jungle. Sense of Moshima, when they released it, it was really advertised as being scary. It's not, but this map is sort of, I don't want to say scary, but it has just a more of an eerie vibe, and you really do feel you're just by yourself. But coming in to our number 30 spot, we are going to have Black Ops 1 Shangri-La, the most beautiful map, okay? And if we're talking about Black Ops 3, it could even be higher, but we're talking about BO1 here. It is beautiful to look at. And you know, the questions of the Eclipse mode, what if you're in Mars? I really wish there was a way where you can play the whole map in Eclipse mode forever and you never had to do that. I am a really big fan of BO1 Shangri-La, like just for looks wise. I'm not a huge fan of it gameplay wise, but I think it had a lot to offer, and the jungle aspect with the Lion Sleeps Tonight trailer, I mean, that's just a classic. Coming in to our number 29 spot, we have the Shadowed Throne. This is a really cool map, and World War II has done a pretty good job at making good environments. And I'm really sure, if I remember right, this one is in Germany. It's got that movie theater. It's really a war-torn city, and it does feel like you are in the middle of a battlefield in an important spot. And that's the issue with a lot of other Battlefield maps, is the battlefield aspect of it is kind of put secondary. But with this map, it is put to the forefront, and I feel like they do a pretty good job at that, so I gotta give them credit. Coming in our number 28 spot, we have Call of the Dead. Now, Call of the Dead, you want to talk about isolation, you feel isolated in Serbia. The boat is isolation, and the lighthouse is isolation. But the issue with the fog is that it really takes that aura away. When that fog is not there, the map is pretty beautiful looking, and it looks amazing. But when it comes back, it doesn't get isolating more, even though it should. It just kind of gets tedious. It's annoying. You can't see in front of you, and it looks ugly. So there's maps where the fog and that isolation part is done well, and there's maps where it's not done as well. And although Call of the Dead is a really big map and I really love it, other maps that we see more in Black Ops 1 especially do as better. But coming into our number 27 spot, we have Mauer Toten. Now, I love Mauer Toten. I think it's the best looking map in Cold War, but the issue with Mauer Toten is it is for the Berlin Wall, right? You don't feel like you're on the Berlin Wall. Yes, there's the two towers in the middle by Pack-a-Punch where it's supposed to be sort of like the difference between East Berlin and West Berlin, but you don't feel like that. The trains at the bottom, the fire trains at the bottom are really cool, and there are some cool features when you do turn on the power, when the lights turn on. I think that is nice. I do think Mauer Toten does lack a lot of the sort of atmosphere that a lot of these other maps do, because you go into parts that aren't really as well fleshed out as some of these other maps where they really have a nice theme. Mauer Toten feels like a difference between, okay, it's a facility map and it's also Berlin walls, so it's kind of like mixing, and sometimes that mix does really well and it creates this really new environment. But the difference between Mauer Toten, it feels like two worlds like trying to collide, and they're not colliding very well. But coming into our number 26 spot, we have Tagger Toten. Same sort of thing. It feels like two things trying to collide that doesn't collide perfectly. It's got the facility part on the top, which is cool. It's got the better looking Call the Dead bottom part, which is really cool. I really like how this map looks. I love the skybox behind it. I love a lot about this map. But very unfortunately, there's a lot of issues with the fact that I just think that they don't mesh very well. And although they're both really great independently, when you try to combine them together, it feels sort of lackluster. Coming into our number 35 spot, now this spot haunts me and hurts me more than any other spot. This has got to be Voyage of Despair. Now the issue with Voyage of Despair is that it should be number fucking 1. Should be top 5. It's the Titanic. But the Titanic is backseated throughout this whole map. And you're frozen in time, so you don't feel any emotion of the Titanic. And every room in the middle of the map looks very similar, looks the exact same. And the sort of underneath boat parts, where the front and the back of the decks don't feel that unique to each other. They kind of feel like the same room, but different. And it really sucked, because this map should be so high. It's the fucking Titanic, such an important piece of history, but it just doesn't do that well, and it sucks because it really should be higher. I wish it was, but unfortunately it's not. Now coming into our number 24 spot, you want to talk about isolation? Let's talk about Ascension. Great color palette. It is an ugly ass map. This map is ugly. But the Russian aspect and the fact of isolation, I can't really ignore that, because you do feel like you are by yourself with this map. Now it is piss easy and it is ugly to look at, especially before you turn on power, and even after you do, the color does not do it justice. And Launch of the Rocket is really cool. That's some aura right there. But the atmosphere of being alone, and it does that, and it does it well. But coming into our number 23 spot, this is gonna be controversial, bro. Controversial pick. We have Horizon Drac. Now hold up! I didn't say Horizon Drac's a bad map. I said that the atmosphere is not to the standard of everything else. And the reason I say that is because Horizon Drac does not feel like you are in a castle. The castle is backboned in this map. Yes, it's an amazing map. Yes, it is a great environment. The environment is good. But I look at other maps above this one, and I'm just thinking to myself, wow. And I look around and I say, wow, this looks amazing, or I'm terrified. I don't do that with Horizon Drac. And yes, there are so many great things about it. I love Horizon Drac. Trust me. And blowing up the moon is amazing. But unfortunately, I don't think Horizon Drac really levels to a lot of these other maps that you'll see ahead of it. And I don't know if you guys will agree with me. I feel like you guys are going to be like, you are fucking stupid, Legend. But I really just don't think that Horizon Drac matches up as well to these other maps in terms of strictly aura and atmosphere. Only that, because I literally made a top 50 list and I put it number 3, I think. So don't chat to me. But coming in to our number 22 spot. Now this is going to be Revelations. Revelations is a mixture of every single map, and it does it really well. It doesn't feel like a jumbled mess. It feels like the pieces are really coming together really well in this map, and they do a really good job. The 4 floating items are really cool, but what really gives this map aura is Dr. Monty talking behind you the whole time, and the different music that you get throughout going through every single map. It's so unique how you can walk from one spot and you hear that ringing bell and that chime from Mob of the Dead, and then you walk in and you hear the background noise of Origins. That is one of the coolest things about this map, all those different atmospheres coming together, and you gotta respect that, and I put it at number 22. Now, number 21 is the Frozen Dawn. This has one of the greatest skyboxes and things to look outside the map all time. You look outside of the map on Frozen Dawn and you're like, wow, that looks fucking amazing. And even underground bit of this map, visually this map is amazing. Now, gameplay-wise, but visually, it is absolutely stunning, and I gotta give that credit. It's definitely gonna be number 21. But coming in to our number 20 spot, we have Gorod Krovi. Gorod Krovi does not feel like a battlefield. Yes, there is a battlefield. Yes, you're in Stalingrad, but what really carries this is the dragons and that cutscene from the main area of Gorod Krovi to the Pack-a-Punch. That is what carries the aura of this map. Gorod Krovi has a lot going for it. The boss fight arena is really cool. And yes, Stalingrad is such a unique location, but there's many times where it doesn't feel like you are in Stalingrad, or it doesn't feel like, or I shouldn't say not in Stalingrad, but it doesn't feel like you are in the middle of a battlefield that it tries to portray in the beginning. But coming in to our number 19 spot, we are getting up there, ladies and gentlemen. We have Kino der Toten Black Ops 1. Now, you want to talk about classic aura? Kino der Toten has that. You cannot take away the fact that Kino der Toten stands the test of time and has such an amazing atmosphere. That intro cutscene of Richtofen talking on the radio to Max is so amazing, so incredible. The rooms you go to after Pack-a-Punching and you going back, so great as well. And Kino der Toten has an amazing atmosphere. You can't deny that Kino der Toten levels up from World at War in terms of that aspect of the map. But coming in to our number 18 spot, man, we have Moon from Black Ops 1. Moon is so awesome, and really what the aura of this is, you blow up the fucking earth. You're like, damn. Especially in outside with the no sound and the constant breathing you hear. Now, a lot of people don't like the no sound, but the difference between going outside and hearing that sound inside, I think is such an amazing contrast. And blowing up the earth in this map, God, that makes it a million aura. But coming into our number 17 spot, this might be a crazy opinion. It's Grossenhaus. You want to talk about isolation? This intro cutscene to Grossenhaus of being scared by that zombie and walking up is phenomenal. That tutorial is so good. And then when you actually get into the Grossenhaus map, you feel like you're by yourself, and all the little secrets of the mystery box, Pack-a-Punch, extra perks. I mean, it does it justice. I love that about Grossenhaus. Grossenhaus has such a good energy, such a good vibe, and I gotta put it at the number 17 spot. But next up on our list, coming in at number 16, we have Classified. You want to talk about an awesome environment. Classified is like 5, but it has scarier aspects to it on the bottom part. And although it has some really cool things, it also has the Area 51 spot, which is so amazing. Such a throwback. Classified has aura, man. You want to talk about insane Easter eggs in that map. Like the top part with Samantha with all the zombies that spawned, all the Nova 6 cars. Such a cool feature, and Classified is like bringing back that 5 aspect, but I don't think it does it as well as 5 in the environment aspect, and we'll get to 5 soon. But Classified also does it really well, and I gotta give it respect. But coming in to our number 15 spot, controversial placement once again, we have Origins. Origins is here, and the reason I have Origins here is because I think Origins does the same thing as Garage, where the battlefield gets sort of put behind. But I gotta give Origins more respect than Garage because of those flying airplanes in the atmosphere, and there's times where it does feel like you are in the trenches. I mean, there's literally trenches. Origins does such awesome job. The Crazy Place is such a unique spot. Tons of aura in there. The tank, and there's so many, the 1,000-foot robots. Crazy aura with the 1,000-foot robots. It does it so well, and I think Origins has amazing aura. But I don't think it is on the level of all these other maps because it doesn't really eclipse you like some of these other spots do. Now we're at top 15, so these are all of these maps that I'm going to mention have amazing aura. These are the best. But Orange is just on the very bottom of that. And although Orange is my favorite map of all time, I gotta reconcile and consider the fact that I don't think it's as good as, especially this number 14 spot, which might surprise you. This is Rave in the Redwoods. I mean, damn! You want to talk about a summer camp with aura? Oh my god! The rave mode in this, the drugged out. You get high as fuck, bro. You like Snoop Dogg in that bitch. Bro, I think it's so sick. I love Rave in the Redwoods, and I love the color of that map. Oh my goodness, it is amazing. Now, a map does not have to be scary to have aura. That's a very important distinction I want to make here. Just because a map isn't scary doesn't mean it doesn't have aura. But Rave does both that, has some scary aspects to it, and also has that color, and I gotta, that mixture is done so well with the 2 different modes that you can be in, and obviously the crossbow and melee weapons add a lot to that as well. But coming into our number 13 spot, we have Ancient Evil, and you want to talk about Pales of 2 universe here. You have the Greek city, and then you have Hell. And the Pegasus between the 2 spots is so sick, man. I love that about Ancient Evil. It is such a beautiful map, man. Such a beautiful map. The gauntlets might be the most aura of any wonder weapon ever, the 4 gauntlets. I mean, oh my goodness. These 4 wonder weapons all are so unique, and all of their features are done so well, and I love that about Ancient Evil. And the boss fight, man, I mean, it's beautiful. And Medusa sitting in the spawn, and when you spawn in, all the zombies are just like all asleep. Oh my goodness, I love that. Coming into number 12, one of the greatest soundtracks in history of zombies, we have Shaolin Shuffle with the New York City. I'm like fucking Tom Holland, or not Tom Holland. Tobey Maguire.
There is a world of ancient evil, a ceaseless underground, overrun by vermin and pestilence. They call it
Walking down the street, but I love Shaolin Shuffle, man. It is such an amazing map. It has great aura. The kung fu is done so well in this map. And yes, maybe there are some parts of it that I don't, appreciate love with the underground bit, but the nightclub, the outside, the road, the New York aspect, all the unique traps. I love the traversing of this map, and I think Shaolin is awesome in the aura aspect. And it's gotta be in this spot for me. But coming into our number 11, just right outside of our top 10, you want to talk about isolation. No map does isolation better than this one right here. This is Knock Der Untoten, man. Original World at War Knock Der Untoten scared the shit out of all of you that are watching this video if you are not under the age of 8, unless you're under the age of 16. I'm a 19-year-old man. Knock Der Untoten still to this day scares the shit out of me, man. You want to talk about isolation? I mean, you're on an abandoned airfield. You got nothing going on. You got a ray gun and you got a door that says help. What am I trying to help you with? I don't know. Help me with the rest of this video by leaving a like and subscribing. But coming in to our top 10. We're on our top 10, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting there. Number 10. 5.
For time and the world do not stand still. Change is the law of life. And those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. I said, are certain to miss the future.
5 does a better job than it classified at the aura because I think the presidents add so much extra. Also, if you kill the pig, fuck you. Okay, the pig you always keep alive. But that underground bit of the labs is done really well. The JFK lines and the banter between all the characters are done so well as well. I love that about 5. I think the presidents being playable characters add so much to that map, and I think it's definitely benefited with that feature more than something like Classified. But coming in to our number 9 spot, we have World at War, the Final Reich. The Final Reich has aura. It is the scariest zombies map, man. Now, there are things that did annoy me about the Final Reich. The constant grunting, the no sounds with the power-up drops. The top part does look like Hogwarts, but you want to just talk about scariness. Final Reich is scary. That underground bit, lots of blood, lots of different areas. It is done so well. Especially when you go even deeper when it's super dark, and the part where the electricity lights up with the Tesla gun. I think there's a lot of things to love about Final Reich. The uptown bit, although it does look like Hogwarts, you can still acknowledge the fact that it is very dark, very scary. And it's not dark to be dark. It's dark because that's what the atmosphere they're going to, and they nail it perfectly. I love that. Coming into our number 8, though, you want to talk about scary. The scariest zombies map of all time, we have World at War Verrucht, man. There's not much to this map. You are in an asylum, but oh my gosh, the different sounds, the screaming, the surgery sounds. Oh, you want to talk about the hand on the power switch? There's a hand on the power switch, dude. Verrucht is such an amazing map. I absolutely love it, and the scary aspect of it. I don't want to get into further detail. You already know what I'm trying to say. Coming in next up at our number 7 spot, we have Infinite Warfare's Zombies in Spaceland, bro. Bro, this map. Detail from top to bottom, bro. Every single part of this amusement park looks amazing. The alien aspect, too. I love this map. I love everything about it. The Afterlife arcade, the real life arcade, bro. It is such an amazing atmosphere. It is so crazy. I love the dancing zombies. This map is amazing for that kind of thing. And just Infinite Warfare is so detailed. The roller coaster, the traps. I mean, there's just so much good going for this map. And you got to appreciate all of that detail. But coming in to our number 6 spot, we have Dead of the Night from Black Ops 4, dude. Dead of the Night, I hate that map. I think it is awful. Such a bad map. But it is amazing for its atmosphere. The Dracula werewolf vampire aspect is incredible, and the inside and outside, you are culturally invited to the things of Alistair Rhodes. Like, oh no. Dead of the Night is an amazing map in terms of the atmosphere. It just sucks that they swung and missed on literally every other aspect about it. But coming into our number 5 spot, this map, you literally feel like you're a gladiator, bro. It's 9. You literally feel like a gladiator. The 4 gods are such an awesome feature with the 4 statues and all the trials between the gods, the challenges. It is amazing. I love 9 so much, and I think it is done so well. And I got to appreciate the crowd feature in this map adds so much because it really feels like you're interacting with the map as well. And I think that's something amazing about 9, and that's why it is at our number 5 spot. Coming in at number 4, though, the greatest ending cutscene in Easter egg history is Blood of the Dead, and the greatest soundtrack, or one of the greatest, is Blood of the Dead as well. Where Are We Going? Version 2 is so amazing, and Blood of the Dead is done so well. And it's crazy how Blood of the Dead is literally Alcatraz, yet it's not even the best version of aura of fucking atmosphere of that map. The underground fast travel system is done really well. Obviously, the map is gonna look amazing. And Blood of the Dead is just so amazing in storytelling and radios in that feature and that aspect. And that's why it really is so high, is that storytelling. That time where you're in that jail cell and Brutus is walking back and forth. That's what elevates Blood. But coming into our number 3 spot, this map, you literally are in a ghost town underneath in Africa, but it's from America. It's so much going on. Buried, man. Buried has scary aspects with the maze and the witches, and also has, I mean, you want to talk about nailing atmosphere. Buried nails it. This could be number 1. I think Buried soundtrack, perks, wonder weapon, pack-a-punch, rooms. Every room feels different. Every spot feels like it's needed to be there. Every feature is innovative, and Buried does that so well, and we do not respect Buried enough. I think Buried is amazing atmosphere, and it could be number 1, but number 2 could also be number 1, and number 2 is going to be Mob of the Dead. Purgatory, the gangsters, Alcatraz, the story, this music. You want to talk about being in hell. This is literally hell, bro. You're in purgatory. And oh my god. I mean, this used to be my number 1 for so long in terms of atmosphere. It's literally a movie inside of a map, and you gotta show love to Mob of the Dead for that aspect. But coming in at number 1, I mean, it's Shadows of Evil. It's got the greatest soundtrack of all time. It is literally so detailed. I genuinely think all of the top 3 could be interchanged from 1, 2, and 3. Shadows of Evil is, I think, the most aura of any zombies map ever. The rift, the different zones, the Shadow Man, the Constant Talking, the Bear, the Mark, the Beast Mode, Mob the Dev, the Afterlife system, Buried. I mean, oh my god, all three of them look incredible. They play incredible. You feel like you're in the spot, and no map really submerges me into the experience just like those top three. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this video. I know it's a long one, but I do hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. You guys have been absolutely incredible going through this whole video. I really do appreciate it. If you want to see my full list, I made a tier list of it, so there it is right here. I ranked 53 maps, and this is my full list. Let me know what you guys agree and disagree with in the comments down below. I know you guys are gonna have some things to say. Like I said, I only did originals, and I did not rank Bus Depot, Farm and Town because I feel like they're kind of similar to Transit, just kind of in the same. So it's not like we're not really ranking on the gameplay, we're more ranking on the atmosphere of it. And although gameplay does come into that, I think that it's too similar to rank them separately. But thank you all so much for watching. You guys are the absolute best, and I'll see you all very, very soon. But wait, Black Ops 6.
Come on, bring them on. Come to Papa.
My man, where's my man?
Aura for Black Aura for Black Ops 6? Shut the fuck up.
I'm running all over the place, blue in the face, looking like Sonic! Got up on stage around 9 and the next day they called it iconic. In between that I was off for some time, vodka and lime and a pack of the Chronic. Bring that to a beat, shit is bubonic.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.